These are all the working and non-working bunkers that will be working today on the NAVAL 4-Swipe February 2026 update with the roof changes. So now our roof is now removing stability or adding stability. I don't know what it does, but it's working back to what everything did before. The only one that's not working is the Mikey Duck bunker, Dude's a Demon, and it's just because the frame does not fit in the foundation. I'm pretty sure it's called like a triplet offset override or something, but it only doesn't work with triangles still because you can't put that in the triangle foundation. But you can do it with the square foundation and a floor right there. And when you place the roof triangle or square, that floor disappears. And that one's really easy because all you do is just extend a floor like this, and then you just do one empty half wall slot here and put a raised foundation. And you could sink that square frame as you see in the foundation there. You don't have to do anything special. You would just upgrade that. Has to be twig, foundation has to be twig, and the foundation has to be placed before the frame because the hitbox still exists. And that's gonna allow you to not place this other foundation even though it should be able to be placed there. But if you just look in the corner, upgrade that frame first and then upgrade the foundation. Brutalist has a really heavy border, so you can't see it in Brutalist, but if it's anything but Brutalist, you could switch in between. And then that way you could stick a floor off it like that and then pop it open with the roof. And that's very nice and very easy. And of course, all of the mini Satori style disconnectable TCs are back, so we don't need any goofy externals. All of them can be very aesthetically pleasing and nice. And then as well, we have the Indominus roof bunker, which is the same principle as the Why Not bunker video I have. And that is 3 roof pieces on top of each other to have hidden roof loot. These are back working again, so you could do this in the peak, just like I'm doing here, and place a roof right there, and it'll pop open that top roof for you to have hidden loot in the roof bunker. And as you can see here with this little invisible line, that Brutalist roof peak has been patched, so you're not going to be able to shoot between this little pixel anymore, which is a good riddance for me because that shit sucks when you're getting shot by that. And we also have this roof opening offset bunker that's very nice and very easy. We have a double half wall right here, and then place the twig roof and pop this open. And I will show you a very easy way that you should be familiar with to do this after your base has been built. And this stuff is just decaying because I didn't have this TC. There's nothing in the TC, and this is not just a regular server with admin privileges. And again, it's very nice and very easy. We'll show you how to do this after it's been built, so you don't have to start up anything crazy. And it's a smaller build out than the ancient build out where you had to do 17 triangles or anything like that. And again, all of these are going to be very nice and very easy. We'll show you how to do that one first for your 2x1s and 2x2s. And then obviously we'll just go through and maybe do one of these, do another one of those or something. And you should all know how to do this external TC, but it's going to be very nice and very easy. It's super easy to build. As you can see, our building plan is nice and upgraded and it looks very high def, but it does kind of block. It's like it blocks more of your vision. Anyways, to do our roof opening offset bunker, we're just going to start our 2x1 or 2x2 how we would normally do it. And we want a single triangle roof jump up. So we're just going to go like this. I have motion blur on because it's just a random server on staging. I don't have all my settings. But we're just going to start our 2x1 like this, and we don't need to do anything special. And when we go to want our roof opening offset bunker, we're going to upgrade these 2 foundations here on the side of the 2x1 and leave the center one twig, and we're going to do the previous floor stack method I was showing you like this, but we're just going to do it so it's such a micro floor stack that it just breaks the building planes, and that way it acts independently. Just like that, we're going to do 3 squares out, 4 triangles on one side, 1 triangle on the other, and leave that empty triangle right there in the center. 2 single door frames, 4 double door frames. We're going to go ahead and demolish these squares and these 2 close triangles right here. We're going to hop back into this double low wall triangle right here, building plan triangle foundation. And I'm a FOV 60 right here, and if you want my crosshair, the code will be in the comments, and you just go escape settings, user interface, scroll down the crosshair and hit import, and here's where you'll paste my code to get the nice pink dot. And we're just going to line that pink dot up right in the crosshair, right in the center of these 2 twig low walls. But if you see here and we go forward, we move 1 pixel to the right, and then we go forward. It'll snap blue, but this is slightly too high. I mean, you can do it, it'll work the same, but may cause building errors when expanding. So we're just going to go right below this first twig striation. This appears on all settings. And then we're going to keep that 1 pixel to the right, like that. And now it's going to be such a micro stack that it's pretty much just like a bear rug, as you can see right there. And now we can go ahead and demolish these outer 2 triangles and this internal triangle right here. And now, of course, incredible amounts of lag. And then we'll demolish the one we are standing on. Fantastic amounts of lag, great server performance. And then we're going to build back with a single square and a single square here. Make sure you're blue all the way around like this, and we're just going to do double half wall right here and place this triangle from the outside, or you could place it from the inside. Just make sure those striations are coming off that top half wall. And we're going to put a frame over here where we want our jump up. You could do it over here as well, or we're going to put it right here on our front door. We're going to upgrade that, upgrade everything here. And since you can make it open over here too if you want to, and you just want to do this and have a large battery in here, you can go like that. And then now you just have this honeycomb portion with a large battery. And then you can go ahead and place 2 triangle floors over there. And when you place a square roof right here, both of those pop open. And if you wanted just one, you would place this floor off of your original floor, and now that one will open. As you can see, it's just a micro floor stack right there. It's just high enough for them to split the planes. And now you have this bunker. And this is very popular bunker. Pretty sure there's an H June video, or I know there's an H June video on it, and you can go ahead and do like this. So it's honeycombed on both sides. And now you can pop that open. Pretty much everything else here is self-explanatory. If you wanted to do this kind of roof peak, even though it won't work in Brutalist for that pixel gap there, it'll still work as a nice China wall peak or something. You would just, for the Indominus roof bunker or the Why Not bunker, you would just put a frame right there to leave it open. And then you would do 3 half walls right here, and then a low wall in this section. That way it's most often used on this floor. So that's your base floor. And then you put a floor right here, and that way you could still put this roof down in here. You don't have to do this if you plan on opening it from the bottom layer like this. But that's just where it's most often used, just on like the shell of a base. And then you can just seal up full walls right here and then put a box in there. I don't have, not waiting for a box. And then you can go ahead and put a box in there, like some barrels, and then you could seal that up. There's no Instacraft on this server, but it's admin privileges. And then just like that, be able to pop that open like this. And now reveal your hidden roof loop bunker. I got a lot of old base videos with using this. It's very nice and very easy. Lastly, you can do the foundation frame opening bunker, which is best used in a water base. So we're going to do a raised foundation like this in the water and a low one right here, and leave this one twig so we can put our frame in it later. And we're going to do 3 half walls like this. Jump up here. Jump up here, fantastic. And then we're just going to put a floor right here, and then off that floor we'll extend a square frame inside of the foundation. So we're going to put that there, and you're going to look to the left. As you can see, it'll be 15 stability rather than 100. And then we're going to upgrade that, and then we could upgrade the foundation. And of course, anything but Brutalist, it'll be a lot easier to see and target. And now, as you can see, we don't have enough stability just like this with just the 2 square foundations. So we're going to add one more low one right here, and then these 2 half walls will give stability to this. And you can just seal this up. We don't need this for anything, so that'll just be like honeycomb in the water, and then this will be our water base entrance that pops open like that. Looks like someone's trying to PvP on the Staging Branch server. Very nice. And Staging Branch PvE server, of course, there's always a real Rust player here. And then we can just use this as like a drop entrance for our 2x1 like so. But this is just a really rudimentary build, because obviously we won't be able to place this door here, because we're going to have to be able to do this, and that's going to pop our floor open for our water entrance. But you can use it just like that to make a nice little bunker. And then you can do the Mikey Duck style where you do low foundation, raise foundation right here. And then low foundation right here to swim up under here. And then you can do either a doorway right here or something and jump up here. Pretty sure there's an outside doorway like this. That bunker will remain soft-sided, and then this, you don't want to put this here because this will add stability just in this little rudimentary base design. We can just plop that right there. Open the bunker like that. And hop out here. And again, that's very nice and very easy. I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to be using that to where you swim under and there's not a doorway right there. But again, all of this is going to be very nice and very easy. We'll do some other bases later after everything is released and nice and easy and working. Very nice.